Friends are such an important part of our lives, right? Good friends are there for us, making the good times even more fun and the hard times more bearable. But not all friends have our best intentions at heart. We're looking at 10 alarm bells that might help you realize if your friend is more of a frenemy than a BFF. Alux is a channel loaded with all kinds of great advice and information to improve your daily life. Like this video if you're an inspired person, and don't forget to subscribe to join our community of future billionaires. Here are 15 simple ways to find out if your friends have good or bad intentions. Number 1. Equal measure. A friend for life is someone that is there for you when you need them, and equally someone who can lift you up when you need a boost. They pick up the bill when you're out of work, and vice versa. There's a yin-yang thing if you think about it. In the case of a friend with bad intentions, you'll find it's not an equal balance. You take them to the airport without a second thought, but when you're jet-setting, they don't reply to your message asking for a ride. Or when you get together to catch up, no matter the topic of conversation, it always seems to revert back to them and their life. Friendship has to be give and take, as in from both sides. Not one person always gives and the other always takes. If it's a one-way street, then your friend is more in it for themselves. Number 2. Boundaries. Maybe in middle school it was a friendship badge of honor to borrow your friend's clothes without asking and assume every bit of your free time will be spent together, or even that your friend gets a say in who you date. Most of us grow out of this level of friendship into more healthy boundaries and a more casual approach to closeness. It is then understood while your friend is welcome to invite you places or to share their opinion on your boyfriend, you won't necessarily agree because you're autonomous. And that's what friends usually like about each other. If you find your friend encroaching on your independence and you feel bullied into doing things or making choices that don't sit well with you, well, then you might want to rethink that friendship's boundaries. Number 3. Gossip. No matter how you spin it, you can't trust a gossip. If they have an opinion and all the intel on everyone and are happy to share it, you can be damn sure they're also gossiping about you too. This kind of person often strong-arms you to tell them your darkest secrets or the details of your life. But this isn't to support you, rather because they thrive on the drama and love to have some juicy new beans to spill to gain status. Be wary of sharing your private business with someone who talks about other people's secrets. It's not long before they broadcast your news too. And if you're starting to recognize one of your friendships in these points, there's no need to be devastated about letting someone go. Stick around until the end to find out why it's easier than you think. Number 4. Respect. A friend who has good intentions wants to see you thrive and grow. Even though they might not always agree with you, they have your best interest at heart and want to offer you sage advice. Someone who isn't looking after your friendship but rather stroking their own ego can often belittle or insult you to come off superior or funny in a crowd. This isn't a true friend, and you don't have to stick around as their punching bag. Life is hard enough without your friends making it worse. Find yourself some friends who will have your back, defend your honor, and offer kind advice that encourages you to self-improve. Number 5. Jealousy. Have you ever had a friend who tries to prevent you from having other friends or relationships? Well, that is not a good sign. No one person can fill all roles for you. That's why it's great to have a bunch of friends from different aspects of your life. Friends from school and college, family friends, siblings and cousins, neighborhood friends, friends from the office and your kid's school, and then friends with an interest like sports or a hobby. This way you don't have to rely on any one person or put unnecessary pressure on anyone else. It also gives you a great amount of perspective if you have a challenge or need advice. Toxic people struggle to share. It's mainly out of fear that other people will make them less central in your life and perhaps even point out some of the unhealthy patterns in their friendship. Someone who wants to keep you to themselves isn't doing it out of adoration for you, but out of an unhealthy need in themselves. And that's not a good intention to build a friendship on. Number 6. Negativity. Friends don't have to agree on everything. So if a friend is always insisting that you share their opinion on everything, then let's agree to agree that you're in a bad place with them. It's exhausting and uninspiring to be around someone who wants to argue with you about everything. It's near impossible to plan a trip you will enjoy with someone who has a my way or the highway mentality. It just puts everyone in a negative space of being on the defensive. You shouldn't have to defend yourself to your friends. Obviously, we don't mean that your friends shouldn't challenge you to be better, but friendship is supposed to be a safe space to make mistakes and still be supported. It doesn't have to come with conditions, and more on this coming up. Number 7. Truth be told. You shouldn't need to be a CIA detective to be able to unravel facts in a conversation with a friend. The reasons why people lie are many, and we're not going to go into that here. But the effect of a friend who lies is that you can't trust them. Often before you realize their lies, they might hype themselves up or convince you to do things you didn't want to do. Friends who have good intentions won't need to lie to you. They won't need to convince you to do something so badly that they tell you alternative facts about the matter. Letting someone like this go, no matter how great you might think they are, doesn't have to be a big deal. Stick around until the end to find out why. Number 8. Acceptance. Friendship doesn't mean that you're a carbon copy of someone else. Healthy friends accept that everyone has things about them that you like and things that you don't. They accept these differences or even flaws. Toxic friends will pressure you to change, to emulate everything they like, think, and feel about everything and anything. From fashion to music choices, they will use some of the techniques we mentioned before, like belittling or a lack of boundaries, to steamroll you into submission. This is a major red flag. Number 9. Competition. The most common frenemy trait is when your friendship is an escalating competition you didn't sign up for. We're not dismissing that having a little healthy motivation to keep up with your friend can feel a bit like competition, but that's not the unhealthy kind that we're talking about here. If your friend makes you feel like every move is constant one-upping each other, then you're in a bad space. It's exhausting and isn't at all the safe space you should be fostering as friends. And Aluxers, if you want to be a better friend, we suggest you watch our video, 15 Ways to Be a Better Friend. As a viewer, Miami Michelleable commented, "We always need good friends to do things with and be there for us when the good and bad happens to us." Number 10. Trust your gut. When it comes to wondering if your friend has good or bad intentions, nothing beats good old-fashioned intuition. If you have to go through a checklist, then you probably already know the answer. Trust your gut and invite people into your life who want to see you thrive and succeed in your personal, professional, and spiritual life. Those are the people you want to seek out and keep with you forever. Alright, Aluxers, how did you know your friend didn't have good intentions? Share your story with us in the comments and you might help somebody out in need. Now, you stuck with us until the end, you know what that means. You're getting a bonus. If you've ticked off more bad intentions than good intentions and have realized you need to let some friends go, well, don't be disheartened. The New York Times bestselling author Mandy Hale explains it best. You don't lose friends because real friends can never be lost. You lose people masquerading as friends, and you're better off for it. Thanks for being with us today, Aluxers. Like this video if you agree with the sentiments, and remember to subscribe and click that bell icon to be alerted when we release a new video. We'll see you again tomorrow.